Welcome to Confessing the Faith, a theological and devotional walk through the 1689 Baptist Confession of Faith. I am your host, Sam Waldron. I'm one of the pastors of Grace Reformed Baptist Church in Owensboro, Kentucky, and professor of systematic theology at Covenant Baptist Theological Seminary. We come today to consider chapter 13 of the Confession, which takes up the important subject of sanctification. This is an important subject, but one in which many errors abound in our day. And this time together, my goal is to simply read, explain, and briefly apply its first paragraph. Paragraph 1 of chapter 13 provides a summary description of sanctification. Here's what it says. They who are united to Christ, effectually called and regenerated, having a new heart and a new spirit created in them through the virtue of Christ's death and resurrection, are also farther sanctified, really and personally, through the same virtue, by his word and spirit dwelling in them. The dominion of the whole body of sin is destroyed, and the several lusts thereof are more and more weakened and mortified, and they more and more quickened and strengthened in all saving graces, to the practice of all true holiness, without which no man shall see the Lord. This paragraph, by speaking of the inception of sanctification as a radical break with sin at conversion, a radical break which John Murray and others call definitive sanctification, speaks of an important factor in sanctification. It's important to understand that there can be no ongoing or progressive sanctification where this initial radical break with sin does not happen. The products of a conversion characterized by easy believism cannot be further sanctified. They must first have a new heart and a new spirit created in them through the virtue of Christ's death and resurrection. This is the first of many problems with current views of sanctification. This paragraph goes on to affirm that those who are truly regenerated will be further sanctified. It affirms that the further sanctification has 5 characteristics. It speaks of, first, its character. They are sanctified really and personally. There is real and personal growth in holiness. Where this is absent, one's conversion is called into question. 2, speaks of its source. Through the same virtue, this further sanctification takes place through the virtue of Christ's death and resurrection. It requires, therefore, living fellowship with Christ. And then the Confession's first paragraph here speaks of the means of this further sanctification. By his word and spirit, it says. The means is also the same as conversion. The word, as the ordinary means of grace applied by the Spirit of God, is necessary. Progressive sanctification is not automatic and regardless of means. But then we see in the fourth place the substance of this further sanctification. Sin is weakened and grace is made stronger. This means that the principle of sin grows weaker, while the principle of grace in the soul increases in strength. And then the Confession speaks of the necessity of this further sanctification by the words, without which no man shall see the Lord. The first paragraph ends by asserting that such growth in grace and holiness is a prerequisite to seeing the Lord. There is no final salvation which is not gained on the path of sanctification. The Confession is alluding to Hebrews 12:14, but Romans 6:22 is also to the point. But now, having been freed from sin and enslaved to God, you derive your benefit resulting in sanctification, and the outcome, eternal life.